Hey, Mrs. Gibson here, and I'm here to share one of our Perry Academy remote learning high five tips. The first tip is hold students to a daily schedule. Hopefully, this tip will help you support your student during remote learning. In this video, we're going to be sharing ideas of how to hold students to a daily schedule. We will talk about setting up a routine. We will talk about how to find student schedules. We will also talk about how you can check in with your student. And then finally, we'll talk about different ways you might hold your student accountable while they're doing remote learning. So one of the first things that we have to do is acknowledge that this is not an ideal situation. And I think that kind of conversation with your student can go miles. So it is important to set a routine and help your student understand the importance of setting a routine and making a space for remote learning. So I always encourage parents and students to get up in the morning like you normally would if you were coming to school in person, get dressed, and get ready to go. This helps you establish a routine, and it also helps your body and mind know that you are getting ready to learn. And it's also important to dedicate some sort of space for learning. And I know sometimes that's hard because space can be tight, but finding an area that we know is going to be the space for learning definitely helps with us being able to focus in on what we have to do at home. So, the first thing that we want to talk about is where do I find my student's schedule for remote learning? So you're going to go to Perry Township website, find the Canvas icon, click into Block 1 classes on their Canvas pages, find the schedule button, and then click on your student's daily schedule. I'll show you how to do that now. First, you're going to go to www.perryschools.org, and you're going to find the Canvas icon, which is located in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You'll click on the red circle for Canvas, and it'll take you into your student's dashboard. You're going to find their Block 1 class Canvas page and click into it. Once you get in there, you're going to find the button that says Remote Learning Schedule. Have your student click into that Remote Learning Schedule button, and you should see a schedule for every day of the week pop up for your student. Let's talk more about the Remote Learning Schedule. First, if your student follows this schedule every day, your student will be able to be caught up on all of his or her work. So it's very important that we encourage our kids to go through and follow the schedule that is posted by their teacher every single day. So what you'll notice in this particular schedule and in all schedules is that every day, the first thing that students will do is eat their breakfast, go into the township page and click on the attendance button, and then listen to the morning announcements, which is found in their email, and it says that on the schedule. Then after that, you'll notice that the schedule has different time frames. Underneath the time frames, there are a list of things that your student needs to do in order to connect. So for instance, from 8:50 to 9:50, Block 1 Language Arts, this student would need to check Canvas and then join the Google Meet, and it gives that student the code. And that is the same throughout the entire schedule. You will notice that there are going to be built-in times for students to be able to get up, move around. There's even a lunch break in the schedule, but it's important that kids are at least connecting at those beginning times in the schedule. There are going to be times when a teacher might use that entire time in a Google Meet to work with students on doing assignments. There might be times when the teacher will teach for the first half of the lesson and then send students to work independently on their own for the rest of that time. But the important piece is that they are following the schedule that is printed, and that they're going to the classes that they're supposed to be going to according to the schedule. The most important piece is that we need kids to stay on track. So the big piece is to print and post that schedule Encourage your student to follow that schedule. Make it visible so that kids can see what they're supposed to be doing when, and it almost becomes a checklist because they can check it off. And then check Canvas, check Canvas, check Canvas. One thing that I would definitely recommend that you do is check in with your student daily. One way you do that is by asking questions about your students' day and daily lessons. So, one thing that I always do is just ask, how was your day? Was there something that happened that made you happy or laugh that went really well? I might also ask questions, was there something that didn't go well? Was there a frustrating part of the day? Asking those questions can kind of help you understand how your student is doing with their remote learning. And it also helps you know how you might be able to support them, or maybe it helps you understand when you might want to check in with the teacher to get more support. Then have your students show you the work they have completed. So sometimes kids will say, oh, yeah, I've done the work, but then maybe they forgot to click the submit button, or maybe they didn't finish the work all the way. So it's important for them to show you the work. And sometimes that might also prompt you to ask some more questions about some of the things that they're learning. And then get into Skyward and verify that the work that they're showing you is completed is also showing up in Skyward as completed. There are other tips, videos that will address some more of these things more specifically, but definitely make sure that you're checking in on a daily basis. And last but not least is this whole idea of accountability, which is so hard during this time because we're all working and getting used to a new routine. So, some questions that you might want to think about and make sure that you have an answer for is, what do you expect from your student while they are working at home? Establishing your expectations for remote learning is very important because that helps create a partnership between you and the school and holds your student accountable for your expectations. It might also be good to think about what are some rewards that your student may be able to work towards while at home. So sometimes it could be just a little extra time watching a favorite TV show, or playing a game, or getting a special treat like ice cream, or whatever it is that you think your student would like to do. But think about how you might reward them. Then also on the flip side, think about what are some of the consequences that may be in place if your student does not do his or her work. What are some things that potentially they might lose or you might have to take away? And I think one of the things that I find helpful is communicating that to your students so they know up front what is going to happen. And then the big piece is then following through with whatever plan that you've set up with your student. And the big piece here is that communication is important. When you say what your expectations are to your child, it goes a long way because then now they know why they're doing what they're doing and why that is important to you in your house. So, what does this look like? Maybe you're a parent who's at home with your student and you're going to be dedicating your time at home helping them the whole time. So, some things that I would recommend that you do is help your student get started. This might be important for the first week or so, and then eventually they might have a habit and set up a routine and may be able to do some of that on their own. But definitely help make sure that they're getting started. Ensure your student stays in the Google Meet and in the entire time and they are participating. And then periodically walk through to make sure that your student is on task. So some people sometimes want to sit the entire time in the Google Meet or beside their student and work with them, and that's fine. But we also get that in sixth grade, kids do crave some independence, so it's okay to walk away. One tip that I have is that you want to make sure that when you're setting up the learning space, that the screen that they're using on their Chromebooks is visible to you. So you shouldn't have to like walk around something to see what they're doing. They should always be sitting in a position where you always see the screen, whether you're looking at it or you're just passing by. You should be able to kind of see what's happening on that screen. Maybe you're a parent who is at home, but you're also working remotely as well. So a couple of tips would be: one, help your student get started. Again, as you get into a routine, they'll have habits that they've created, and you may not have to do that all the time. But it is a good idea to then plan times where you're going to check in. So you might communicate those times to your student, and sometimes you might not communicate, but you might want to make sure that you are, in fact, walking into their learning space and you're checking to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. I would always recommend that you communicate your busy times and your open times to your students. So if your kids are like mine, they want to talk to you whenever they feel like it, but maybe that's not a good time. And so then that can become frustrating and it could potentially shut the student down. So being able to communicate with your child about when you might be in a Google Meet or a Zoom call and it's not a good time to ask a question, but then, hey, I will be available at this time for you to ask me a question. Sometimes kids just knowing that goes a long way. And then kind of anticipate some of those things that kids might ask. And that might be a part of your conversation when you're setting up expectations for remote learning. Think about the things that you're okay with your kid doing. So is it okay for your kid to just grab a snack? Is it okay if they sit with the dog in their lap, whatever it is? What are your can do's? What are the things that you are going to say are a must do? Like, we must be sitting at the table. We must, make sure that we clean up the kitchen or whatever between this time and this time. What are the must do's? And then what are the cannot do's? So what are the things that absolutely you're not going to be able to do during your remote learning times, specifically when kids are supposed to be doing classwork? And then think about how that schedule lines up with yours. So taking a look at the schedule, you might notice that your student is going to eat lunch at the same time that you're going to be eating lunch, and that's perfect. So then that way you can maybe eat lunch together, and that's an opportunity for them to spend time with you while they're at home. But maybe you know that, our lunch times aren't going to line up, so I'm going to probably need to kind of pack a lunch or have a lunch prepared, or the student might have to be responsible for fixing their own lunch at their lunchtime. So just kind of planning ahead, I think, really helps if you're at home working. If you're a person who is at work and your student is going to be at home, you're going to want to, again, make sure your student is up and ready to go. Plan times when you'll call and check in. Or even if you have the technology to do it, like FaceTiming or doing a quick phone conversation, any way that you're going to check in and make sure that they're okay. Communicate your busy times and open times to your student when you're at work, because sometimes when kids are at home doing things, they want to call you probably more frequently than they would if they were at school. So just communicate those times when it is okay to call and talk and communicate. And then again, same as if you were working at home, come up with a list of can do's, must do's, and cannot do's for your student while you're away at work. And then when you come home, set aside a time when you can check in with your student and ask some of those questions about how the day went, what did they complete, show me your work, and checking skyward. This way, kids know that it's going to happen, and then they're more likely to be accountable. So this was one of the first tips for our remote learning high five. We have more parent support videos that we would love for you to check out at the PMA Guidance YouTube channel. That address is up on the screen. We encourage you to check those out. We also encourage you to call us if you have any questions, if you need any support in any way. We are here because we want to make sure that our students are successful.